Mixing with my career building tip, finding a mentor. I think one of the most important things that in terms of developing yourself as a career, doing anything, not just as in music production, is to find a mentor. Find somebody who is doing what you want to do professionally and somehow find your way into getting them to help you. Sometimes this traditionally was always done by working in a recording studio. So if you got a job in a recording studio, then inevitably, if you were starting out, one of the assistants would be a great someone who would help you out, kind of guide you and teach you what to do to be a good assistant, right? So you befriend that person, and then when you get up to that assistant engineering position, you want to be mentored by an engineer. Maybe there's a staff engineer that kind of shows you some of the things that they've learned, and they kind of help guide you. Someone that you can play your work for, and they could give you professional advice about. And this is really, really important for developing your career, because what it will do is you'll have somebody who has experience who will help you to make better decisions with what you do. And they'll kind of give you a perspective on your work that you would never get on your own. And it's probably one of the biggest problems with working on your own if you're working, and learning about music production from your home studio, because you're limited to that space and your interaction with other people is also somewhat limited. So, and this was kind of partly the design of the school, in that what I wanted it to be was more than just, okay, here's a bunch of videos about music production and how to use compressors and all that sort of stuff. And really the kind of essence of mixing with Mike, what I wanted to do was to be able to bring in people's work, put it up, look at it, evaluate it, and talk about how we can make it better, really building from the strengths and giving advice based off of what I hear, based off my professional experience. So I wanted to be more than just like, okay, here's the information, and, now get out of my office and, and go make some rain. Don't bother me. That kind of thing, get out of my office and don't bother me. And you'll kind of get that a little bit sometimes, but you want somebody who can kind of help shape and mold and kind of guide you through what you're doing. And ideally, you always want to be with somebody who's doing what you want to do for a living. That's really the best way to find a mentor. It's kind of like in the old world, they used to call it an apprenticeship. And in an apprenticeship, you would basically be working under somebody, and whether that was a violin maker or whatever it was, and you would learn the art of it, right? More than just like the physical skills. You would start out with like, okay, you have to learn how to do this and this tool and use that or whatever. And I offer a lot of that, with all the mixing courses and all those sorts of things. But the next step beyond that is the art of it. It's learning how to use all those different elements and make them artistic, right? So it's like a guitar solo. I might be able to pick up and learn a guitar solo and actually play all the notes in the right timing and in the right place, but it doesn't sound exciting. Okay, and the art of it is taking that and making it really come alive. Okay, and that's where you need a mentor. That's where you need somebody who can help to guide you, right, for when you're making mistakes, where things are going wrong, and how you can correct them. Okay, and so there's my little segment. Find a mentor, whatever way that you can, and you do that by getting out in the world, meeting people, talking to people, and making connections with people. And there's an old Buddhist saying, I believe it's a Buddhist saying, it's like, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And that's the basic thing that you're looking for. So if you're out there actively looking, the right person will appear. And that will be your mentor. That will be your guide, someone who will kind of help you along, right? And there's my little Mixing with Mike career building tip, finding a mentor.